Hello everyone, it's Tony Amos here from Electronic Signs, and this is an add-on tutorial for our customers who use the Colour Light software, which is online to change their messages on their electronic sign. This particular tutorial is specifically about sleep, reboot and scheduling functions. So let's get started. Okay, so here we are on the home page or terminal page. Thank you, Our Lady of Mercy College in Parramatta, for allowing us to use their live site for me to do this tutorial. So what we're doing here is usually using this schedule menu here. You'll notice there's a playlist area and there's a command area. So that's what this tutorial is going to be looking into. If this doesn't show up, for example, if you don't see this command, it's probably likely the terminal isn't showing up. So that means the software needs to know which terminal or which particular sign are you relating this to. So you may have to click on that or click on that to make sure that that appears. So let's have a look at that. So schedule, let's look at the command function firstly. And as you can see, there has been one command function set up at the moment on this live site, and that is that the sign has been put to sleep. And that is because the client wanted to have the sign blank during a couple of weeks of the school holidays. So I'm using this opportunity for the tutorial to show what the client needs to do now to wake up the sign or to make it live again. So you press on the command to make sure this terminal group is showing, and then you press the plus button. And there's various commands here you can do. So for instance, we do recommend doing the reboot function, say once every month or once every 2 months. And I know it's in the troubleshooting guide of your other tutorial. It's like any other computer. It just needs a little bit of a reboot every now and then, doesn't hurt it. You can even schedule the reboot if you like for once a month, which is quite a good thing to do. At the moment it's already been put to sleep, so what we want to do is wake the sign up. So what I'm going to do is I can schedule it to wake up, for example, tomorrow, and then it will be woken up and then confirm that that's now woken up, and you press confirm to do that. What I'm going to do instead now is I'm going to do what most schools need to do, is to make sure that every day the sign gets woken up at 7 AM or switches on, for example, and then, for example, gets put to sleep every night and doesn't display at night, particularly if it's in a domestic or busy area. So to do that, obviously the sign's been put to sleep over the holidays. I'm actually going to delete that function now, and that's been deleted. I'm going to make sure we apply, just to make sure, press this apply button up there just to make sure that's happened. And now what I'm going to do is make sure that every day the sign switches off at night. So once again, we go into the command function, we press add, we want to wake it up on wake up at 7 AM, we said, didn't we? So sorry, I'll just do that again. So press command, press plus. Last time I used my mouse to take over that, but that's not what you should do. I want it to wake up, and I want it to wake up at 7 AM. Back the other way. And let's just say 7:01. It doesn't matter with those seconds. And we set. And that will wake up every day. So we confirm that, and there it is. So that's showing that the sign will wake up every day at 7 AM. But now we also want it to go to sleep or to switch off and not display anything. So that's sleep, let's say 7 PM. So once again, we do it this way. 7, which is 12 plus 7 is 19, 24-hour clock. Let's just leave it as 19:01 and set and confirm. So it's now scheduled to wake up at 7 AM. So it will now wake up at 7 AM tomorrow, and it will go to sleep at 7 PM. I'll just double check that. 12 plus 7, yep, is 19. So that's how you do that. And then of course you click apply, and that's been applied. So let's just have a look at that again. You know how I always say go back to terminal or your home page. Let's have a look at the schedule. Let's look at the command, and there you go. It's scheduled to wake up and sleep. And so for instance, if you want to change in daylight saving, you look under here. With most of the signs, I think they have been set up to wake up and go to sleep. You can just click the edit, and that will change the timing for you. Now under that command function, let's double check that again, see if there's anything there we haven't spoken about. You can play around with brightness and colour if you like, and then of course the reboot, as I mentioned before, is also important there. Okay, now the next one we wanted to talk about is the scheduling function. So let's go back to the home page again, and let's see schedule, and to do that we click on plus, and we look for the files have come up here. Because it's the cloud, I've noticed sometimes it takes about 5 seconds for it to come up. For the list, you just have to be a little bit patient and wait. It depends on how many files you've got, how long it comes. So let's say I want to play this particular file here, and I confirm that, and I want it to roll, and this is where you just do the hours and the minutes on a specific day when you want to schedule that particular message on rotation mode. If you put anything on spot mode, that will always override the rotation mode. So that's how you can use the scheduling function if you want to. I do say though, if you do use the scheduling function, can you please remember that you have used it? So for instance, let's say that you set up a file to display, but you don't know that at a particular time, in 2 weeks' time, but you don't know that someone's actually deleted that file. And then you may think that the electronic sign isn't displaying, but in fact, it's displaying a file that doesn't exist anymore, and that's what it's scheduled to do. So just be sure that if you do set up a schedule, that you do remember that it's there, because you may need to delete it if you actually delete that file. Most schools don't worry about the scheduling. It's just there if you wanted to do it.